Hello, my name is Jacqueline Posley. I'm the creator of Policy for the People, and this is the status of racial equity in Vermont. 3 years ago, I came to you in a scientific research paper called My Last Plea as a Black Vermonter, in which I highlighted ways that we could change the perception and the treatment of Black Vermonters. Although I got an outpouring of emotional support, which I'm extremely grateful for, very few actionable items came from that paper. Afterwards, I created Policy for the People as my way to try and pave a pathway to a better future for Black Vermonters and Vermonters of color. Recently, I was made aware that our amazing legislator, Becca Balint, went all the way to Minneapolis to better understand the effects of ICE on the Black community and communities of color at large. It dawned on me at that time that our legislators and our community members are unaware of what it is like to live in Vermont as a Black person, a Native person, or a person of color. You do not have to go to Minneapolis to experience what is happening to people of color through ICE. Here in Vermont, we have had apprehensions, kidnappings in Hardwick, in Newport, in Burlington, and beyond. I'm here today because if you can hear the sound of my voice, I'm begging you to take immediate action, to contact your legislators, not only in support of S208 and S209, which are bills by the Vermont State Legislature that would offer protections and legal support for people who have been apprehended by ICE. But unfortunately, both of those bills completely miss a demographic of people whose ancestors were dragged to and or through this country 200 years ago or more. I'm coming to you today on behalf of the Black community, on behalf of the Native American community, on behalf of refugees, on behalf of asylees who have every right to be here, who have documentation, and who are walking around with our passports and identifying documents in hopes that if we're caught by ICE, that they will take the time to review them and not throw them in the gutter, only to then throw us in a jail. That's happening right here on the streets of Vermont. Here's what you can do if you can hear the sound of my voice. I would like for you to pause this video and do these things if you are able. The first thing is to reach out to your legislators, state legislators, specifically senators, and ask them to support S208 and S209. You can read those bills in their entirety on the Vermont Legislature's website. I also offer legislative briefings in multiple languages once a week. You can sign up at the website below. S208 and S209 neglect quite a few communities who are not refugees and who are not asylees, but who are victims of racial profiling by ICE and who could be apprehended at any moment, just like any other Vermonter could. When you reach out to your legislators, please ask that they include a clause to cover Black Vermonters, Native Americans, Indigenous communities, and others who might be the victims of racial profiling by ICE and other involved law enforcement authorities. Outside of that, if you can reach out to your legislators who are not already sponsoring these bills and ask them to push this bill forward. Push S208, push S209, push for laws that protect Vermonters from racial profiling by ICE and by law enforcement as a whole. At this moment, I'm coming to you to tell you the status of racial equity is that most of the members in your community are afraid to send their children to school, to go to the grocery store, to see a doctor. We are afraid. I live in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. I live in the Northeast Kingdom. I'm very happy to see the outpouring of support that has come from Minneapolis, that has come for many communities across America. I cannot say that Vermont's community has had the same outpouring of support for members of the communities of color here. Please, I am begging you to take immediate action to ensure that these populations are protected. Thank you.